My name's Kyle. My life before Christ was not a life. It was a series of events that seemed to have kind of tumbled around aimlessly. Really didn't have any direction. Came from an alcoholic father that was absent, mother trying to do the best she could, with a stepfather that tried to step in, drug addiction starting at the age of 8, and just kind of roller coaster ride from there on out. I just had this hole inside of me, and I was trying to fill it with all these different drugs and alcohol, whatever the case may be, whatever the flavor of the month was. Most of my arrests were drug-related, so either a possession or whenever I advanced in my addiction, I began selling drugs, and that lifestyle appealed to me. It was everything that I wanted. I was the center of attention. I could afford to buy the things that I wanted to have, but still at the same time trying to fill a void, never knowing happiness. And so in and out of jails, institutions, that was my life for about 13 years. But that's what I focused on for many years, trying to be somebody I wasn't, never being satisfied with who I really was supposed to be. Now, mind you, I was raised in the church, and I've always believed in God. I just didn't think He was going to do anything for me because of all the horrible things that I'd done to people and friends and employers and myself. I'm sitting in my car, waiting to be put in the back of a cop car because I know I'm going to jail. And I had enough stuff on me to probably get a life sentence with my record. And I cried out to God. They call it a Foxhole Prayer. I call it my salvation today. I said, God, if you'll slap me on the hand here, I'm done. And I was serious. And at that moment, God knew it. He knew it. I was beat down, tired. I just didn't, there was no other way. And the insanity of the whole thing is, I always knew it would work if I would just do it. I was in prison, because I went to prison, and I publicly gave my life to Christ in front of a group and was baptized, and it was like another layer had just fallen off. It was like my walls were getting soft. I walked out of there that day, and I'm walking around the prison yard smiling with my head held high, standing tall, and people would look at me and say, "What are you doing smiling?" I said, "Man, I'm free. I'm free, and if I can be free in here, I can be free anywhere." And it hasn't stopped. Well, there's not a cookie-cutter approach to doing it. I know that. If there was, everybody would do it. I ran from it for a long time, but knew it would work and knew that was the solution. So if you're running, you're just fanning the flames. You know, you're making the flames grow in your life. You know, you're burning up. You know, it doesn't have to be that way. You can just stop. And the biggest thing for me to tell someone is it's all about surrender. And not just a cafeteria approach to surrender. Maybe here and not there, you know. It's an all-inclusive deal. You know, you've got to give it your all. Surrender. Let go. Quit trying to run your life. It's not working. And, you know, there's a better way of life. And once you try it, once you drink from that water, you'll see for yourself. But first you have to surrender. You know, to come from where I was to where I am today it's a miracle. If somebody tells you that miracles aren't possible, tell them to call me.